Hello YouTube, this is Yom Abane and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn how to do that exact Sam Colder color grading inside your Lightroom PC. But before starting the video, let me tell you one disclaimer that I never buy a Sam Colder preset pack. So I don't know actually what kind of settings he use inside the Lightroom PC or Lightroom mobile. So I am just going to tell you guys what I know about Lightroom and what I have observed in his photos and which kind of color he used according to me. So if you just want to see one example of what I am going to do in this video, here you go with the one example of before and after, which we are going to edit in today's video.
Yeah, you better know where you're going.
So it is totally based on my observations and what I have learned through Lightroom, and I have tried my best to catch the colors through Sam Colder's photos. And also the Sam Colder has released his preset pack. So if you want to buy that preset pack, there's a link in my description box below. You can go from there and buy his preset pack. So without any bullshit talks, let's get into the tutorial and learn how to edit like Sam Colder. Let's go. Alright, so here we are into our Lightroom and we have this photo over here. Of course this photo is not with any great composition or great perspective, and there's nothing actually going on much in photos, so it's not like interesting photo. But I took this photo because we have every color we want in this photo. I actually asked so many people that if they have any kind of raw photos like blue, green and red colors in it, so no one responded. So I actually took one of my photo which was there in my PC. So it's not actually great composition, but we have what we want. So let's start with the edit. So first thing of course we are going to do is we are going to take the temperature towards warm, because of course it is warm, the colder photos are towards warm. The next thing we are going to do is adjust the lighting, but of course we are not going to do it with all the sliders. We are going to jump into tone curves and we are just decreasing the mid-tones. If you don't know how to use these curves, it is really simple. The middle point is like mid-tones, the upper section is called as like highlights. You can control highlights from over there, and the bottom section is of shadows. You can control shadows from over there. So as you can see, as I am moving the any part of it, it is just moving the lighting from my photo. So as you can see, as I am moving the point of highlight, the highlights from my photos are also changing. One of the tip in curves is that if you will drag that most bottom point a little bit towards up, it will create some fade in shadows. So it's really like a colder type look. If you will see, Colder always puts some kind of fade in his shadows. So that's what we are doing over here right now. And the next thing is we are going to jump into individual colors, and this is the most important part. So first let's take blues, and if you know, blues are most of the time desaturated and dark in Sam Colder's photo. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to change blue into teal and we are going to desaturate them and also decrease the luminance a little bit. So, and inside the aqua color we are going to take it towards green. If you don't know, there is a little bit shade of green color inside the blue colors of Sam Colder's photo. So that's why we are taking it towards green and we are totally going to desaturate it, so it's not going to look weird. And of course we are again going to decrease the luminance. Luminance is just like a brightness of that color. The next thing is green, and of course it is like a teal and orange kind of look. We are going to take these greens towards like yellow color, totally yellow color, and as you can see it is changing like this. We don't have too many greens in this photo, so that's why I'm zooming over here, and we are going to desaturate it. And of course we are going to again decrease the luminance. All we want, the only color we want in our photo is orange and yellow, and that's where we are going to do now. So we are jumping into orange first, and we are going to take this orange toward a little bit towards red, between like -20 to -25, and we are going to increase the saturation a little bit and increase the luminance a little bit, because we want that color to pop out of that photo. And now here in yellows we are going to take it towards like -15 and decrease saturation, because as I said earlier, Sam Colder doesn't make any teal and orange kind of look. He always makes red and orange kind of look, because there's like hardly any teal color in his photos. If there are any, it will be almost desaturated, so it won't even look like teal. So that's why he always makes brown and orange kind of look. He doesn't make teal and orange. So that's what we are going to do over here. we are just taking these blues and desaturating them, and we are just increasing the orange color. We just want orange color, we don't want any yellow, and just not orange, we want that orange color more towards reddish side, so it will look like faded orange color. And we are just let's adjust some yellows again, and there you go, like I think over here. And as you can see, we are changing, we are almost there, we have almost same color as Sam Colder's photos. And let's take a look at red, and of course there are hardly any reds in it, so we are just going to totally desaturate it. And of course we don't want any reds, hard reds in it, we just want some faded reds. So now we are done with this basic adjustment of colors. So if we want to make these photos colors look much more like Sam Colder, we are going to dive into camera calibrations under, like it's almost in the bottom. And as you can see, there are red primaries, green primaries and blue. And if you don't know what this camera calibration do, you can just check them out, like just swinging around left and right, and you will understand what it actually does. So in reds we are just making it like +20 and increase the saturation. So you can just move these green primaries over left and right and see what it actually does if you want to. Over here we are just moving the green primaries towards the yellow side, and we are going to desaturate a little bit, just like -7. And now we are going to move to blue primaries, and as you can see, blue primary is really making it look much more vibrant. And as we are taking this hue of blue primary colors into minus, that's why it is changing whole blue color into like reddish form, and it is making more vibrant. So as you can see, so we just want a little bit of vibrance over here in the blue, in the red color. So we are just taking the hue of blue primary towards minus in about like -20, and we are desaturating that also. So over here, as you can see, we are almost there. And as you can see, just tweak other settings here and there a little bit if you want to adjust. Of course there will be some differences in your photos, in your lighting conditions, in your camera settings, so there will be some different edits if you want. And here you go, as you can see, we have almost created the look like Sam Colder. It is not anything like that chapri edits of Indian boys which they do on Instagram. So as you can see, it is just like perfect Sam Colder look. But it doesn't just over here, because Sam Colder is not just about colors, alright. He used many types of gradual and radial filters in his photos. So we are just using one graduated filter on the sky, and we are taking it towards blue. So it doesn't have any blues, that's why we are just taking a little bit of teal. And as I said earlier, Sam Colder doesn't only have blues in it, it also have greens and blues mixed in his blues, if that makes sense. So we are just going to put a little bit of that color between green and blue inside the sky. So we are done with it. Now we are going to select this brush over here, and it have like 100 feather right now. So we are going to just take this feather down to 0, and we are going to make this a sharp brush. When there are too many unwanted things in photos, what Sam Colder do is he takes like brush tool and he mask out those photos, and he desaturated those things in the photos which are not important, and he just decreases the exposure of those things a little bit, so it will don't take any like unwanted attention towards it. So we are just doing that same thing over here. I am just masking out that all sand, and we are just going to decrease at this a little bit. And in Sam Colder's photo, if you will notice, when anything which is like a stone structure or anything like that comes in Sam Colder's photo, he always makes them a little bit dark, and he puts some contrast in it, and also he makes their clarity high, so it will like look much more sharp. And of course, if there are stone structures, he also makes them a little bit towards blue, so it won't look like the whole photo is just yellow. When he tries to use blue color in any of his photos, he really like precious about it, and he really use blue colors hardly over anywhere in his photos. So we are just going to keep it a mild. And as you can see over here, we have created this Sam Colder red and brown look over here. So from like 2016, 17, 18 and 19 till now, people was getting the Sam Colder color grading wrong, and they was thinking that it's teal and orange. No, it's not teal and orange. There is hardly teal in it, and that's what people was doing on Instagram and making their photos look much more bad. And they were thinking like they was editing like Sam Colder, but it doesn't work like that. There is so much of going inside the photo when Sam Colder edits his photos. So that's what I tried, and if you enjoyed this video, I tried my best to take these colors as close to as Sam Colder's photo. So I tried my best. If you enjoyed this video, if you got something out of this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with your friends if they want to edit like Sam Colder. And of course there are Sam Colder's preset right now which he just have released. So congratulations if Sam Colder is watching this video right now, so congratulations on that, and help me by subscribing to this YouTube channel. And if you want to buy Sam Colder's preset, there's a link in my description box below. You can go over there and buy those presets from there. Thank you.